Lions TV, this is your post-match analysis video for yesterday's 1-1 draw against dirty Leeds United at the Den. Another lead that we let slipped, but another point on the board. Let's take a look at the 11 that started the match. In goal, it was Ben Amos. Conor McLaughlin was absolutely solid, by the way, at right back. The wonder from down under, it was Meza at left back. Central defence pairing of Murray Wallace with Jake Cooper alongside him. Aidan O'Brien started on the left midfield. Sean Von Williams was in central midfield with a Lendog alongside him. Jed Valar was on the right, and up front, the historic duo of Lee Gregory and the general Steve Morrison. Is that the 11 that I would have picked? No. Was that the 11 that I predicted Harris would pick? Absolutely nailed on 1 to 11, I think you'll find I called, which I was maybe a little bit more pleased with myself than I should have been about that. So yesterday I was pleased with the performance. I thought it was a good performance. And if you look at the stats, if every game we had this season finished in the 85th minute, we'd be right up there. We would have won against Middlesbrough. We would have won against Swansea or got a point. We would have won yesterday. We can't close games out. We can't hold on to leads. And we seem to fall away at the end. And I'm going to defend the team now. I think the reason that is because we start like a house on fire. We're high intensity. We're high press. And you can't keep up for 90 minutes. No team in the world can. So I don't think, it's any surprise when we do falter late on. I think teams come to the Den knowing that's how we're going to play, expecting the onslaught of pressure and aggression. And they know that they'll get their chances towards the end. And they've taken it. Let's go through the team. Ben Amos, I thought he had a good performance. Made some very good saves. Again, I'll have to say, if it was Jordan Archer letting that go in, I'd be asking questions. It was a little bit of a P-roll. I don't know. It's outside the box. I'm not saying he's at fault. And believe me, no one wants Ben Amos to succeed at this club more than I do. But I've got to be straight with you. If that's Jordan Archer letting that in, I'd probably be asking, could the keeper have not got his feet a bit quicker, got across the goal a bit quicker, because it's gone in, and it has gone in the corner. It's gone in the side net. Maybe I'm being harsh. It should have been closed down by the midfield. Yes, without a doubt. Right back, Conor McLaughlin. I thought he was superb, Conor McLaughlin. I thought he was brilliant. And yes, Romeo is very exciting. Yes, you notice Romeo's in the game because he's bombing on, he's overlapping, he's very good going forward. But ultimately and primarily, a right back's job is to keep traffic out. And I think if you're a right back and no one really notices you there, I think you're doing your job. Not only did I think he had a good game, Conor McLaughlin, his distribution was very good. And I noticed that he kept the ball every time he got it. A couple of nice passes. And I think, I can see McLaughlin keeping his place for the foreseeable future. The other three at the back, again, I wasn't the biggest fan of Murray Wallace when I saw him against Plymouth. Done all right against Swansea, and yesterday again, he sort of went unnoticed, went about his work, did his job. Leeds didn't really threaten us, did they, a great deal? I know they had a lot of possession, but teams always do against us, and that will happen. But I didn't think that they had too much threat coming forward. They can have all the possession they like. We know teams are going to have possession against us, and that's how we know we can hurt them when we get the ball in other areas with a short amount of times that we do have the ball. So no real surprise that Leeds had a lot of possession for me. Midfield, Aidan O'Brien, would I start him? No. Did he have a good game? Yes. But I think Scalak should have played some part, and he's going to be banging the gaffer's door down soon, because there's not a lot more he can do, Scalak, to get in the team. Sean Williams, Mr. Reliable Sean Williams, you know what you're getting with him. Good player. Ryan Leonard, the Lendog alongside him, I thought very good. He's got a nice long throw, which comes in handy for our direct approach. And I feel you're going to get a lot more. You might not get the goals, but I think you're going to get a lot more energy. I think he's fitter than Saville. I think he's got more pace than Saville. I think he's going to get about the pitch probably a lot better than Saville will. I think he's going to be a good signing for us, Ryan. And I was impressed with him yesterday. And up front, Steve Morrison and Lee Gregory. Again, Gregor's work rate is absolutely second to none. You can't fault him. He just unfortunately doesn't get the goals that goes with that. And Steve Morrison, I love him, club legend, and I've defended him to the hilt. But it's time for Morrow to drop out of the team. I'm sorry, it really is. Yesterday, I didn't really feel he was at the races. He lost possession a lot of times when he had the ball, and it is paining me to say this because I've got a lot of time for the general, I've got a lot of respect for him, what he does. But yes, it's another game, it's another point on the board. I was disappointed yesterday, and as my little boy said to me, he would rather it been the other way around. Leeds would have scored and we'd have come back into the game. But I think that's why we might have been a little bit down about the result we should have been. For me, it's a good point. We're moving forward. New signings are going to take time for them to bed in and gel in, but things are moving forward. We're going to be fine this season. I'm sure of that. Leeds, by the way, calling it our cup final. Never seen a set of fans celebrate like they won the fucking FA Cup. It's like Gyro Day in Leeds all over again. It was unbelievable. They're just absolutely ecstatic when they got the equaliser. And that's good, because that shows how much we're affecting them, let's be honest. They say, you know, Millwall, small club, blah, blah. You know, we've got a bigger fan base, we're Leeds United and march on together and all this bollocks. And we are affecting Leeds. It's brilliant to see. I absolutely love that. So, well done to Leeds. Congratulations on scraping your point yesterday. And all the best for the rest of the season. So that's your lot for this post-match analysis video. QPR up next and then on to West Brom next Saturday. I won't be at Queen's Park Rangers, unfortunately. I'm literally, as you can see, I'm in the car now, driving to the airport. I'm flying to Edinburgh for work. But I'll be back at West Brom next Saturday. And over the course of the next 2 games, we could really do with getting our first away win of the season. But listen, things are back on track. Hold the phone yet, don't panic. Please subscribe to Lions TV. Come on, you Lions.